Starting an emergency fund when you have $0 saved can feel impossible. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, the idea of putting money aside for emergencies sounds unrealistic. Every dollar already has a job: rent, groceries, bills, transportation. So where would the extra money come from? That's exactly where I found myself a few years ago. I had no savings at all. If my car broke down, if I lost my job, or if a medical bill appeared, I had no financial safety net. Everything depended on the next paycheck, and that kind of pressure is stressful. Because when life happens, and it always does, you have no margin for error. One unexpected expense can throw your entire financial life into chaos. That's when I realized something important. The goal wasn't to save thousands of dollars immediately. The goal was simply to start. Most people never build an emergency fund because they think the first step has to be big. But it doesn't. The first step can be very small. The first thing I did was set a tiny target: $500, not $10,000, not $5,000, just $500, because $500 already covers many small emergencies, car repairs, unexpected bills, or urgent expenses. Breaking the goal into smaller pieces made it feel achievable. Next, I created a separate savings account just for emergencies. Not the same account where my everyday spending happened. A different one. This separation was important psychologically, because money that sits in your regular account feels like money you can spend. But money placed in a separate emergency fund starts to feel protected. Then came the most important rule: pay yourself first. Instead of waiting until the end of the month to see if there was anything left, I moved money immediately after getting paid. Even if it was just $20 or $30, it wasn't about the amount, it was about the habit. Small amounts saved consistently are far more powerful than large amounts saved occasionally. Another strategy that helped was identifying invisible spending. These are small expenses that happen automatically: coffee runs, delivery fees, subscriptions you barely use, random online purchases. None of them feel expensive individually, but together they can easily add up to hundreds of dollars each month. I started cutting just a few of those, not everything. Just the ones that added the least value to my life. Every dollar saved went straight into the emergency fund. Then I started using a simple rule for unexpected money: tax refunds, cash gifts, bonuses. Instead of spending them, I sent at least half of that money directly into savings. This accelerated the process much faster. But perhaps the most important mindset shift was understanding what an emergency fund is actually for. It's not vacation money. It's not shopping money. It's not treat yourself money. It's protection. Protection against the unexpected events that life inevitably throws at everyone. Car repairs, medical bills, job loss, urgent travel. Without savings, these situations often turn into credit card debt. And once you fall into that cycle, it can take years to recover. But with an emergency fund, those same situations become manageable. You solve the problem and move on. Slowly, the balance started growing. $100, $250, $500. That first milestone felt incredible. Because for the first time, I had breathing room. From there, I raised the target to $1,000. Then eventually 3 months of expenses, then 6 months. But the hardest part wasn't saving thousands of dollars. The hardest part was saving the first few hundred. Because that's when you're building the habit. That's when you're proving to yourself that progress is possible. And once that momentum starts, everything becomes easier. The truth is, building an emergency fund from zero isn't about earning a perfect income. It's about building a system that protects your future, one small deposit at a time, because financial stability doesn't happen overnight. But it absolutely starts with the first dollar saved.